When people talk about Nigeria being poor, I laugh. Nigeria is not poor. Nigeria don't have bad economy. Nigeria is not poor at all. The problem that Nigeria has is bad leadership, bad governance. When we talk about bad leadership or governance, I'm not just referring to only political leadership. I'm referring to other areas of leadership. Other areas of leadership, why political leadership is the architect of them all. Nigeria is a blessed country, very, very blessed country. The problem we have is the mismanagement of our resources. Nigeria is a country blessed by God, blessed by nature, both with human and material resources. The problem of this country is management. Now, the reason why we are having epileptic system of power, why we don't have steady light, is not that our leaders, both in the government, political leaders, and our big men in the area of business sector, not that our leaders in all these affairs or all these sectors don't know what to do. They know what to do. But the reason why we will not have steady light is because the powers that be wouldn't want it. For instance, those who deal on generator as their business wouldn't want steady light so that it will not affect their business. The reason why we will not have fuel being cheap, and the reason why we will not have cars that is running through electricity like without fuel or with water is possible to achieve all these things. But it will not be possible because of our big men who deals on oil and gas. So since it will affect their personal and selfish interests, they will do every possible thing to ensure that light will remain epileptic and that fuel will continue to rise. And all these things will be skyrocketing the prices of commodity. In fact, the suffering of the masses is what gives these men wealth. And because they make wealth from the suffering of the masses, they will ensure that the suffering will continue for their selfish interests. All this insecurity we are having, the bandits, the other insurgents we are having, there are individuals both within and outside Nigeria who are making fame and wealth with it. So they overlook the death of people, they overlook the blood of the innocent, but they continue to instigate things that will bring such rancor for their selfish interests and wealth. Now, for Nigeria to work, for Nigeria to become better, we need selfless leaders in the affairs of this country. If we can have selfless people in the executive arm of the government, we have selfless people in the legislative arm of the government, and have selfless people in the judiciary arm of the government. I want to separate the military. I know that they are part of the executive. And we have selfless leaders in the military. Believe you me, it will not take Nigeria more than 3 years to be better than every country in the world. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. It will not take Nigeria 3 years to rank shoulder with America and other developed world. Do you know how much that Nigeria is blessed? Nigeria is blessed with both natural and human resources. We have everything that every other country dream about. The problem we are facing is that we are experiencing both internal and external robbery. Now let me make this little bit analysis. Even before Nigeria became a nation, before we have an entity called Nigeria, we have been robbed. The various tribes which were amalgamated in 1914 by Lord Frederick Lugard We are robbed by being brought together. The British were the first Western world that robbed us. They robbed us of our resources. They stole a lot of things from our country to establish their own country. And today, our political leaders, our business leaders, and leaders of other parastatal are robbing us. Can you imagine that the highest currency of Nigeria, which is 1,000 naira, cannot afford a data that can last for you for one day? It depends the kind of phone you are using and the kind of thing you are doing with that data. I'm talking about 1,000 naira for goodness sake. The highest currency of Nigeria cannot afford a data that can last for one day. You see that people leverage business to rob Nigeria. People leverage politics to rob Nigeria. So no country in the world that can face what Nigeria has faced and remain. Now look at all the robbery. We are robbed by the British. Up till tomorrow, we are still being robbed by the Western world. Our gold are being mined by people. Our crude are being taken out of Nigeria. We go through all these things, yet we are still standing. The poor still manage to survive. With all the political, social, and otherwise robbery on the economy of Nigeria, yet we are managing to survive. How much more when we have selfless leaders who will remove their interests at the expense of the interests of the masses, but rather do what I may call inclusive interests by putting the interests of others alongside with their interests. If you can have people like Peter Obi and people like Alex Otti in every fair of this nation, like the executive, we have people like Obi leading. Now when I say people, I didn't say person like Obi, because only Obi cannot do it. Only Alex Otti cannot do it in national level. We can have leaders that be so selfless like Obi, that can be selfless like Alex Otti of Abia State. We have them in executive, we have them in legislative, we have them in judiciary. Those that have the masses at heart, who want to industrialize Nigeria, who want to develop Nigeria, who want a working Nigeria. Believe you me, the beauty of this country that has been hidden for years will shine like the sun. And the world will see what Nigeria is made of. This country will be so beautiful that nobody would want to travel out of this country. This country will be so beautiful that people from other nations would want to be part of Nigeria. Imagine a country where you will just eat fruit and throw the seed, and the seed will germinate on its own accord and bear. There are countries where they need all kinds of technology. They need to mix fertilizer with make so many chemicals before they can grow anything. But the land in Nigeria are so fertile that they grow things on their own. You talk about, now look at Nigeria, we may look stupid and appear useless in our own country. But when Nigerians travel out of Nigeria, where a country, in countries where there are materials made available, they become 10 times better than people. That is why we are being jealous all over the world. Nigerians can survive anywhere in the world, and any place they go, they must make impact. Imagine people who will arise from nothing to something. So many of us are managing, surviving to the little level we are without a single help from the government. You will go to school, spend 4 years, 5 years, 7 years. You will serve your fatherland in the name of NYSC, NYSCS. You will come out with your certificate and there is no job. You will now be the one that will, improvise and begin to look for how you will help yourself and start from square one until you're able to become somebody, either below average, or even some people succeed to become people to reckon with. All that Nigeria need or all that Nigeria needs are, or is rather, selfless leaders. Those who would want power to be steady, who will not, because of the selfish interest of selling their generator and solar, and ensure that power will never be steady, because it won't take Nigeria anything to have a steady light. It is individuals that believe it will affect them that are ensuring that it will never happen. It won't take Nigeria anything to have refineries that will refine all our crude and even export fuel, refined fuel, and make fuel very cheaper for people to purchase, and then have cars that can run with water or battery. It is very, very, very possible in Nigeria. But those that we believe it will affect their wealth and their personal interest will ensure that this will not happen. It is individuals who are selfish, self-centered, who are wicked, who are even grabbing the wealth that their next 100 generation cannot finish. These are people who are putting Nigeria under this condition that it appears as if Nigeria is a cursed country. Nigeria is not cursed. Nigeria is the most blessed nation in the world. What we need is good leadership, both from political parastatal, business parastatal, academic or educational parastatal, every parastatal. If you can have selfish leaders at the helms of affairs, believe you me, Nigeria is a place to stay. If you can have people that will fear God, not just attend church or go to other religion, but people who actually have the fear of God, people who are selfless, people who have the masses at heart, people who want the growth of the nation, not their particular personal growth, at the expense of the growth of the nation, Nigeria will be the best country in the world. And nobody will debate when Nigeria is referred to as the giant of Africa. That is why I pray that people like Alice Oti, people like Peter Obi, both in the legislative, executive, and judiciary, will take the helms of affairs of this country, so that the world will know that we are not cursed, but it's individuals who are making it to appear as if Nigeria is cursed. How can somebody struggle, go to school, come and no job, begin to struggle again? We are even told to go back to farming, and the farming is a farming of hoe and knife. The tractors that other nations use to farm can never be made available, except political personnel who are farming for their own selfish interests to sell in a very exorbitant price. So these are what we need. Selfless leaders who will love the people and develop the country. This country is not cursed. We are not cursed. We are blessed. But there are individuals who are wolves, individuals who are monsters, individuals who are, how will I call it, vampires that have ensured or made up their mind to ensure that this nation will remain in disarray, will remain in lacuna, will remain in pitiable pessimism and regrettable lugubrious, that this country will be quagmired in the labyrinthine bind of stigmatization, heading to the Bermuda Triangle, a point of no return. But I still believe a time will come when God will raise men who will be selfless, and they will deliver this nation, and Nigeria will smile again.